So it seems like recently Mushoku Tensei has been getting a lot of hate and a lot of backlash over lots of many different things which have been going on over the past couple of days or so. And I kind of wanted to cover it and talk about it because it seems like it's getting to a pretty ridiculous point. Now, you might have seen my shorts on it. I've made a lot of shorts on every single situation essentially that has gone on. But essentially, what has happened is the first kind of situation with Mushoku Tensei, which was the review bombing. This happened, the season 3 is out now and is absolutely amazing. Episode 1 and 2 are absolutely great, and obviously continues on from the previous seasons that have been so great as well. And obviously they say Mushoku Tensei season 3 is already facing controversy after its 2 episodes were hit with a wave of low ratings. Episodes 1 and 2 opened the new season with the Eris training arc, shifting the focus to Eris after her separation from Rudeus. While many fans rated the episode highly, rating charts being shared online show both episodes receiving over 13% 1-star votes, leading viewers to accuse critics or haters of review bombing. Despite the backlash, the overall reception remains mostly positive, and the discussion has only made Mushoku Tensei Season 3 one of the most talked about anime returns of the season. And yeah, 100% true, right? This has been getting attacked non-stop, as you can see from the reviews here. They got 13% 1-star reviews, which is pretty insane, right? And well, someone actually ended up creating a little thing here. Now, of course, this was actually to do with ReZero, but there was another post the same person also made, which revealed that over 80% of the votes, or the 80% of the 1-star reviews being left on these posts, especially I think over on I think it was My Anime List. I don't know if they did IMDb, but essentially the 1-star reviews, the review bombs, were mainly coming from people who'd rated ReZero higher. Now, it doesn't make any sense at all why this has become a drama, because again, ReZero and Mushoku Tensei, I feel like these are two anime that should kind of go hand in hand, right? The fans should be kind of similar, and of course we all know that the voice actors of the main characters are actually married in real life. So again, it just doesn't make any sense as to why people are creating this kind of fandom war when, you know, I feel like the average ReZero fan should probably be a fan of Mushoku Tensei the same way around as well. You know, a fan of Mushoku Tensei should probably be a fan of ReZero, right? Because I feel like they do have some very cool aspects between them. I like both anime. I think they're both good. But obviously some people are a bit more extreme and take it to the extreme by doing this review bombing stuff, which isn't so great, right? And of course, this ended up causing a lot of backlash. Now, apparently as well, people have been saying that the Mushoku Tensei fans did this first by hitting them when their season came out, their 4th season came out. But again, I don't know. Obviously, a lot of people have been discussing that too. But either way, you know, no matter what, I don't think anybody should be review bombing, whether it's Mushoku Tensei fans review bombing ReZero or ReZero, review bombing Mushoku Tensei. It just doesn't make sense, all right? I feel like these two fandoms should get along, and if not, they should be kind of intertwined, right? Because of the kind of, anime that they are, right? And of course, this continued, obviously more people saying, you know, Mushoku Tensei suffers massive attack. The premiere of the 3rd season of Mushoku Tensei unleashed an intense war on review platforms. Despite the episodes focused on Eris being acclaimed for its animation quality, a coordinated group of detractors organized a barrage of negative reviews to try and sink the series. And yeah, all this kind of, you know, pertains to is putting the rating lower. You can see, especially on My Anime List, it creates a score, and obviously the lower the score, the lower you appear on, you know, charts and things, and it makes your anime look worse. But at the end of the day now, I think people have kind of noticed that it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't, like, these reviews don't matter anymore whenever people do this kind of stuff, right? Because reviews did used to mean quite a bit, and I think now more people go to like YouTubers and kind of content creators to look at the reviews of the shows rather than like My Anime List scores, because of course it can be brigaded, it can be easily brigaded, and you don't really get a full view of what the anime is like or whatever as to whether you would like it or not. So yeah, people have started to give up in terms of like looking at these reviews, and are starting to focus on other methods of reviews essentially, right? Now, of course, there was also hate for other things as well. Of course, with the hate for the series in general, now it goes into the characters too. You know, people have been going after the character of Rudeus, saying, y'all hate on Rudeus for having 3 wives, but I've never seen anybody hating on Tengen. In fact, y'all even glaze him. Why? And this got 7 million views, by the way, extremely popular. And of course, some people out there saying Tengen didn't essay his wives, which I'm pretty sure isn't true. I don't think Rudeus actually did that, and now many people do debate that in the comments. as well. But again, lots of people also pointing out the fact that, Tengen had, kidnapped one of the kind of helpers at the Butterfly Mansion in Demon Slayer. And, well, yeah, she wasn't exactly of age. So, but there's also the fact that he did, like, kind of slap her in a certain area too, which people are going like, is this your guy? Like, is this the guy that you're going to defend? Because he definitely does, SA people. It's just, people are pointing up specifically like, oh, he didn't do it to his wives though, so it doesn't count, which again, I just think stupid. I don't know why anybody's doing that, but yeah, and obviously it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Obviously, there is apparently a doujin artist as well who apparently called Rudeus creepy, saying, I watched Mushoku Tensei up to season 2, but the protagonist Rudeus was so damn creepy that I just couldn't bring myself to watch it again. Can't deal with a creepy ass protagonist, which obviously, well, yeah, this is the same artist that draws like lolly and ugly bastard stuff, which again, I mean, come on. Like, I feel like if you're gonna make that stuff, right, which again, I don't have a problem with people making it or whatever, but if you're gonna make it, like, I mean, calling Rudeus creepy is definitely a statement, right, coming from that certain person. And again, there was this final one as well, which also caused a lot of controversy. Again, we covered this one in a short too, because I thought this was pretty ridiculous. Are people saying that Paul Greyrat, obviously this is going more so into the lore, well, I say the lore, the story of, Mushoku Tensei itself, saying that Paul Greyrat never truly loved his wife, which obviously was another thing that people have been saying about the series, and it's kind of just an offshoot of a lot of the drama that's been going around lately over on Twitter. Again, it doesn't really particularly pertain to any of the reviews or anything like this that has been going on, but it's also just another point that I just seen that's been blowing up lately, which again, I think is just ridiculous because he literally, died to kind of save her, which again, I think is crazy, and obviously save his son as well with that particular action. So again, it's crazy because he obviously spent years of his life trying to find her and organized, long searches and stuff after the teleportation incident. And, well, yeah, people are starting to say that he didn't love his wife, which again, yeah, interesting, right? Of course, he was like a flawed character and everything, 100%, right? He did, did the whole cheating stuff and all of this kind of stuff, right? Again, 100% flawed character, but it doesn't mean that he can't love his family or love his wife still. And again, you could definitely see that within the actions that he takes after the teleportation incident. And the years-long searches to try and find her, right? So again, ridiculous. And of course, a lot of people have been calling it out, saying like, the people that are saying this are tourists and all of this kind of stuff, because of course, with Mushoku Tensei being one of the most talked about anime, and I think this is how it kind of fits in with this entire topic, is because the anime has been getting so much attention lately online from even just regular anime fans that don't even like Mushoku Tensei particularly that much. It's been getting a lot of attention from them. It's been getting attention from a lot of mainstream people, and of course, it's starting to build a rise in these kind of tweets going after, obviously, Paul Greyrat's, faithfulness to his wife and whatever, and also Rudeus and things like that too. People have started to talk about that more because, again, they don't really watch the show. They don't understand some of the other stuff behind it, which I think, yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all of the drama that has been going on lately with Mushoku Tensei. I just kind of want to cover it because, again, a lot of people have been getting angry. There's also been a lot of stuff, of course, further going after Rudeus, not just for the, wives thing, by the way. They've been going after, the character of Rudeus and even just the anime in general, because of his, he's like an old guy that obviously got reincarnated and whatever, saying that he's a creep and that he's a PDF and all of this kind of stuff for the things that he does in the series. And a lot of people aren't defending a lot of his actions, but for some reason, people take enjoying the show as like, that means you like all of his actions. No, of course not. So again, that's also another weird thing that's been going on, and people have been labeling it like Diddy Tensei and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting to see. But yeah, that is essentially all of the kind of stuff that has been going on with this anime, and what has been kind of going on in terms of the drama surrounding this. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. So yeah.